It's the start of Orkney's year, January the 1st. Some years it snows, sometimes it's almost like spring. Time for a jealously guarded ritual. What you're about to see is the Ba, a game with centuries-old traditions. It all begins here, in front of historic St Magnus Cathedral. Around 300 men are assembling to give Orkney its New Year's wake-up call. Dedicated players will more than likely have foregone the celebrations of Hogmanay the night before to be in good form for the game today. And this is what the rest of the afternoon, and possibly the evening, is all about. To win possession of this ball, or Ba. Handmade and carefully stitched in leather and stuffed with cork, it's been specially made for this one game. Whether you're a player or a brave observer, you need stamina for this very public scrummage. There are no rules, just a strict code of honour. That's not to say there mightn't be a few scores to settle, revenge to be taken, because the same teams played here just 7 days earlier, on Christmas Day. An endearing Arcadian custom, some might say. There are two teams, Uppies and Doonies. What side you belong to depends on where you were born, family tradition, or where you first came into the island capital, Kirkwall. The game starts on the boundary between the two teams, and the object is to get the Ba to your goal, which is within your own territory. Orkney's traditional and cultural life is far from diminished in this digital age. If anything, it's even stronger. There's never a week that passes without some social happening. Music especially, where a simple harmony in the home or at school often leads to bigger things. Musical gatherings like these hark back to times when farm workers got together to entertain themselves with music and storytelling. Pastimes which have today evolved into annual extravaganzas of folk, blues and jazz festivals, attracting musicians and their followers from around the world. Every midsummer, we have one of the greatest festivals of music and the arts in the country. The St Magnus International Festival was the inspiration of one of Britain's most distinguished modern composers. Orkney, the actual and spiritual home of Sir Peter Maxwell Davies, has become the magnetic north for thousands of visitors, music lovers, artists and writers, all eager to experience the rich cultural heritage of the islands.
As the Eskimo have known for generations, learn from them.
St Magnus Cathedral, rich red sandstone, warm to the eye and to the ear. Orkney's cultural heritage has been homegrown over the centuries. Some of it comes from our Viking roots, some from Scotland and further afield. If you're about to get married, Why not make a public statement in the lead up to the great day? And on the big day itself, you'll need one of these, the bride's cog, a generous, uniquely Arcadian drinking vessel designed to heighten the greater merriment of the occasion. It's during the summer that the calendar is filled with scores of cultural delights. It's a time to dress up and mount up. Around 100 horses and riders will take part in the annual riding of the marches, a tradition that's around 500 years old. While in Stromness, things are a bit more informal. This is shopping week, a kind of let your hair down celebration of summer. It attracts locals and visitors alike. There's music and art of a kind, though it's deft handiwork at the pier that will clinch the prizes here. Anywhere you care to go in Orkney, you're never far from the dramatic evidence of our Nordic heritage, whether it's Viking churches or the great cathedral of St Magnus. It's here at the great Neolithic tomb at Maeshowe that the Viking influence is most famously remembered. The graffiti left by the warriors has become a source of inspiration for craft workers and designers, and even architects, it seems. Some of the passengers arriving here at Kirkwall Airport will have come from Norway, one of our nearest North Sea neighbours. Many Norwegians prefer to come the traditional way, by sea. Big boats, little boats, impressive three-masters. The links are strong, and no more so than in May each year, when we celebrate Norway's Constitution Day with a bit of a party. The yearly patterns of life on the land are strongly and strikingly woven into our culture. The rolling landscapes may have changed a little with the increasingly mechanised nature of farming, but the cycle of ploughing, sowing and harvesting is still the same. Orkney's celebration of the land reaches a crescendo of activity with local community and island agricultural shows. And everyone anxiously awaits the greatest farming event of all, the County Show. A gathering of the best, to be judged by the best. And whether you win a ticket or a trophy, or maybe nothing at all, it's always a memorable day. Every August, young boys expertly tutored by their elders show off their skills in ploughing. Not in the field with full-sized machinery, but on the beach with superbly made miniature ploughs. Horses that were once part of everyday farming life are celebrated by the girls, wearing these intricately crafted costumes, many of them handed down from one generation to the next. With the shortening of days, villages and communities will celebrate the harvest home with suppers, ceilidhs and much thankfulness. You can tell when autumn's arrived. Kirkwall becomes a frenetic hub of lorries, tractors and trailers as buyers from Scotland converge on the islands to bid for some of the best livestock to be found anywhere in the country. Premier quality cattle and sheep that are ready to sail south to enjoy still green pastures. Orkney's modern writers, composers, musicians and artists have inspired tens of thousands of people worldwide. In this quiet street in Stromness, one of Orkney's greatest, George Mackay Brown, wrote eloquently about the places that inspired him. His books are seldom, if ever, out of print. His weekly observations on life in Orkney, pithy and to the point, frequently quirky and yet heartwarming, emphasised the unique culture of these islands. It's almost the end of Orkney's year, the season of joy and childlike expectation. Christmas trees from Norway to grace the cathedral and remind us once more of our Nordic past. Those passionate men who fought for possession of the Ba in January will be limbering up for the Christmas Day march. but it is Orkney itself. The land, the sea, the wind, the sun and the waves that endure, just as it has done through thousands of years. Orkney, it's much more than you'd imagine.